comes to Naruto and Sasuke, we all know just how deep that bond between the reincarnates of Asha and Angel run, especially on Naruto's end, where Naruto literally spent volumes 21 to 72 on a journey to save Sasuke from the darkness and bring him back to the Hidden Leaf Village as a Konoha Shinobi and as a member of Team 7. However, the bond between these two is far from one-sided, and as we move further into the Boruto era, Sasuke's love and respect for that bond with Naruto, his brother in reincarnation, as well as his brother in literal bond, it's grown so much stronger as time has gone on in a way where not many Naruto fans are actually truly aware, which is why in today's Naruto Explained video, I'm going to talk to you guys about that one moment where Sasuke almost made the ultimate sacrifice in order to save Naruto's life in this Boruto era, despite Naruto angrily trying to talk him out of it. The information is going to come to us via the Naruto Retsuden story, Naruto Retsuden, and the Spiral of Destiny, which is the third story in the Naruto Retsuden trilogy, which takes place between the events of the Mujin Bandits arc and the Vessel arc of Boruto's manga. During this time, Naruto is shown struggling with the deadly chakra illness that the Sage 6 Paths once struggled with near the end of his days. That came as a direct result of having chakra of the 9 Biju inside of his body. Naruto, not being half Otsutsuki like Hagoromo, finds himself struggling with the chakra illness to a point where just trying to mold chakra is causing heart attack-like symptoms, and it prevents him from training Boruto and Boruto's asking for training, or it prevents him from playing with Himawari when she tries to play with him, leading Naruto to contemplate his own mortality and measure his own Hokage legacy up against his father Minato's legacy, with Naruto believing that if he dies today, he comes up short compared to his father. In the scene we're about to go over, we reach the climax of the story where Sasuke finds himself thinking back to the words that Hinata gave him prior to going on to this mission, which is that if Sasuke were ever placed in a position where he needed to give his life in order to save Naruto's life, Hinata says she won't ever forgive Sasuke if he dies for going through with that, because she would have to see Naruto suffer each and every day as a result, because Naruto would never be able to move on from Sasuke dying. Also, Naruto could live. It's something that she knows is the case. She's worried about her husband, and when you think about it, she's actually not wrong. Those two, due to the reincarnation mess, have a close link that runs deeper than anything that can be explained, and the idea of Naruto blaming himself for Sasuke giving his life to save Naruto's, causing Naruto to literally die of a potential broken heart, it isn't something crazy to consider, nor is it crazy to consider that Naruto, under those circumstances, ends up being a former shell of himself, where not even the joys of eating ramen would work. However, just as Sasuke realizes that despite the extra help that Kakashi has actually received via Gaara and the current Tsuchikage's Kurotsuki, Kakashi's chakra is begun to run out, and there's still a mere 165 feet short from the polar particle that Hagoromo sealed away into the thermosphere, which for real world reference, they're roughly where the International Space Station actually orbits the planet. Sasuke has a moment where he makes peace with the decision he's about to make, and Sakura, knowing Sasuke as well as she does, realizes exactly what it is that Sasuke is about to do. To give you an idea of just how close they were to falling short of getting the polar particle, 165 feet is just over half the length of a football field. Basically, Naruto and Team 7, they're within a field goal's distance of being able to get the polar particle to save Naruto, which brings us to the sacrifice that Sasuke is preparing to make. So with the scene and the most important context being set, is here I'm going to begin reading the selected scene from the light novel, and then I'm going to come back to you guys my thoughts and wrap up the major elements remaining in this section of the story's climax so we can finish up this story. And it's here I'm going to begin quoting. 9:58 p.m. The long hour of driving was over, and the bike and its passengers finally closed in on their targeted distance of 660,000 feet above the ground. The polar particle was already entering their field of vision. With no obstructions around, it stood out clearly, reflecting the light of the sun. The silver spear was appearing. The spinning whirlpools etched onto the sides reminded Naruto of the Konoha symbol at first glance. "We didn't hit the mark after all," Sakura said. They were 165 feet west of the polar particles. "I wonder if the polar particle is really theirs," Sakura said. Naruto checked it out with his Byakugan goggles Orochimaru made. It's in there. There's a bamboo vessel inside and the polar particles are there. But the seals, they haven't been broken yet, Naruto said. Sakura frowned as she looked at Naruto. Shikamaru's team, they hadn't made it in time. The polar particles were still sealed. Sai, Team 10, and Orochimaru, they had failed their part of the mission. At the advanced meeting, they decided if Hagoromo's complex seals hadn't been broken by this point in time, they'd abandon the mission and return to Earth. The seals in Radaku needed to be broken by Sai before they could break the seal on the polar particle. If any of them touched the polar particle before that, they'd die. Not a problem, Sasuke said as he suddenly grabbed Naruto. Wait a minute, Sasuke, Naruto said, baffled as he looked up at Sasuke. Did he have some type of a secret plan? The look on his face, it was the same as ever. Sasuke-kun, Sakura said, suddenly taking her hands off the bike, twisting her torso so she could grab Sasuke's collar and pull him forcibly towards her. She pressed her lips against his. Huh? Naruto's jaw dropped at the kiss being exchanged right above his head. I believe in you. I love you, Sakura said, and then reached into Sasuke's coat and pulled out the headband Hinata gave him. She flung it at the approaching polar particle that was sealed in the silver container. Naruto's confused. This was no place for kissing. If they couldn't release the seal, they had to go back to Earth. He was content with his fate. He looked at the headband that Sakura had thrown. It wasn't Sasuke's. Still holding on to Naruto, Sasuke kicked at the wheel and flew upwards. Having lost his chakra supply, the bike slowed and wobbled and fell with Sakura on it. The headband she threw near the polar particle sparked with friction of what little air existed at this altitude. Sasuke suddenly uses the main Teiji, switching himself and Naruto with the headband. The polar particle was coming straight ahead. The air resistance was powerful enough to cause chunks of their clothing to combust, but they still weren't close enough to the polar particle. Sasuke drew his sword, stabbing through the top of his own left foot, cutting through the bone so that the sword's bloody tip would stab into the side of the container. Naruto grimaced. It was violent, but it got the job done. After fixing the polar particle's container next to his own body, Sasuke pulled out a dagger from his cloak. Hang on, Sasuke, Naruto shouted. The seal on the polar particles is still there, Naruto said. Not a problem, loser. I'm smashing the container, Sasuke said without looking at Naruto. Idiot, if you do that, Naruto began before swallowing the rest of his words as the color drained from his face. He realized what Sasuke was about to do. Sasuke, you're not actually, Naruto started. Sasuke didn't answer. He wore the same expression on his face. He was calm, as if to say he was simply doing what needed to be done. No, not like this. You've got to be kidding me, Naruto shouted and squirmed against Sasuke. Listen to me. If you think anyone won't be happy if you die to keep me alive, Naruto shouted. He'd known Sasuke was an idiot, but he didn't think that he was this big of an idiot. Did he think that all the village needed was him as Hokage? How many times did he have to tell him, I need you, and you're my best friend, and you're my brother, before it finally got through that ridiculously well-formed and stubborn head of his? Sasuke had always been like this, always ready to sacrifice himself to atone for his sins. He really believed that if this was a world where everyone except for Sasuke was happy and Sasuke suffered alone, then that world would be at peace. Just like Sasuke needed Naruto all those years ago, Naruto needed Sasuke now. It was such an obvious thing, yet no matter how many years passed, no matter what Naruto told him, Sasuke never forgave himself. He didn't get what he meant to Naruto. Are you listening to me? What about your family? I'm telling you, let go of me, idiot! Naruto shouted. Naruto, say sorry to your wife for me, Sasuke said before clamping his teeth down on the dagger sheath and pulling the blade free. End quote. Those lines by Naruto really should have made you as emotional as they did me when I was reading that. Naruto, despite knowing what failure means, is still putting Sasuke's life before his own because he wants Sasuke to have a chance to live a life where he's finally forgiven himself for his past crimes. Naruto did not spend all those years fighting the countless battles that he did on his path to bringing Sasuke back, pulling him out the darkness that was so deep that it literally cost Naruto his own arm, all for Sasuke to repay it by throwing his life away, the very life that Naruto worked so hard to save and give a second chance. As Naruto said, just as Sasuke needed him all those years ago, Naruto needed Sasuke in this Boruto era, yet Sasuke remains poised to make the ultimate sacrifice in order to get Naruto the remaining polar particle so that his life can be spared. believing that Hinata was wrong about how much Naruto would suffer if Sasuke died for him, believing Naruto would endure the pain in order to be the leader that the world needed the 7th Hokage to be. However, thankfully for both Naruto and Sasuke, it never needed to come to that. While those two are arguing, Shikamaru and Choji at the last minute are able to defeat the enemy soldiers in the Land of Stairs and put the password into the computer system so that Orochimaru can access the location of the polar particles in the thermosphere where Team 7 was, and the exact coordinates of Hagoromo's secondary seal in Radaku, so that the hand seals to break the seal could be woven by Sai and Radaku, and Naruto and Sasuke could then retrieve the polar particle, performing the final seals. Just as Sasuke began to run his Chidori through his dagger and his sword simultaneously, Naruto, using the Byakugan goggles that Orochimaru made for him, sees that the first set of seals have come undone, and he sticks his hand between Sasuke's Chidori dagger and himself to get Sasuke's attention, which is enough to get Sasuke's attention long enough for Naruto to tell him that the first seal's been broken, and he tells Sasuke to go after Sakura because due to Sasuke's stunt, Sakura is falling back towards the earth, using her chakra and the Byakugo seal to repair any injuries she's sustaining as she falls thousands of feet every so many seconds, leading Naruto to yank the chakra tube that is connecting himself and Sasuke before Sasuke flies down with his perfect Susanoo to catch Sakura. This leads to Naruto shouting with his last breath for Kurama to prepare chakra for him, even though it's coming with an incoming heart attack and Naruto can't breathe. Naruto headbutts the container and weaves the hand seal needed, which causes the polar particle to flood Naruto's body, ripping open his damaged chakra network to flood the chakra from Hagoromo's polar particle, and in a display of power that only Naruto could do, as meteors and debris began to start flying down towards the village, Naruto, using his full power, lights up the entire sky around the earth with a golden ore that almost blinds everyone looking at it, and uses an enormous super giant rasengan mixed with Naruto's wind release chakra to eviscerate the meteors and the debris before it falls onto the village. It's at that point that Naruto slowly descends from the sky and lands on the head of the 4th Hokage and looks over at the village. In the time immediately after this, a very emotional Naruto punches Sasuke for even thinking about killing himself to save Naruto, and in the days afterwards, Naruto and Team 7 attend the fireworks festival with their families, and as Naruto sat atop the head of the 4th Hokage with Kakashi and Sasuke and Sakura, the 4 of them share a private toast before clinking their cups together to celebrate the conclusion of their dangerous mission to retrieve the polar particles to save Naruto's life, which saw everything from Kakashi fighting an army of 300 shinobi alone, Sasuke and Sakura fighting Edo Tensei Dragon Beast, and Naruto literally having to stop Sasuke from killing himself. However, that's going to be it for Naruto Retsuden, and with this video, we have officially completed the Naruto Retsuden trilogy, which you can find on the homepage under the Naruto novels section of this YouTube channel, as well as other Naruto stories I've already covered.